like,
okay.
Yeah, no, I think we're okay. Yeah. Exactly. So Ted's next week, okay. I'm going to tell him we have a seat for you. I'll know in a little bit, Ted. Right now. We have trained people, we're ready to go.
Hey, I meant to ask you, does that student life committee need any reconstituting of the membership because it passed?
Yeah, that's what, I think Eric sent an email asking for that, and I know you have to sign the bylaw, the bylaw change.
He said he signed it.
I think it's like
Did Eric send it to you?
No, I think he sent it.
I never got anything.
I don't know. He told me he was sending
To
it.
the committee on committees?
I don't know. He was sure of that.
Okay. Yeah, because we're meeting on the 17th.
Okay, that would be
So
great.
we need to get those
Yes,
appointments.
because it's. And then additional we do. Thank you. I know.
Well, I think that's not a good thing.
No, it's not, but if we have to have it, we're ready to jump in and do it.
That's right. That's
Being
right.
transparent.
All right, I'll ask Scott.
Yeah.
To
I know, really sick. I saw him there, I should be able to his chair and then take it away. So we're not we don't just make yes.
Stop it. Get that, that's a good thing.
Hello everybody, I call to order the November 8th, 2023 meeting of Rhode Island College Student Community Government Parliament. Please take a moment to silence your phones as we take the call. Matthew Jukes.
Present.
Frank Costello.
Present.
Gianna Rose. Present. Althea Obabi. Present. Gianna Delmonico. Present. Jennifer Gonzalez. Present. Raymond Licari Jr.
Present.
Sharon Brower.
Present.
Ashley Cruz. Nicolo De Carvalho.
Present.
Anna Duarte Spencer. Present. Jamie Lemon. Alex Logan. Carlos Lorenco. Lydia Luther. Present. William McKenna Reynolds.
Present.
Logan Arona. Teresa Crane Peterson. Carissa Berjou. Daisy Santos. Present. Edward Tavares.
Present.
Cindy Kozel.
Present.
Ted Zito. Dr. Valerie Andrus.
Present.
And Arthur Patrick.
Present.
Thank you. All right, I ask that we all please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
point, I would like to seek a motion to approve, actually, I'm sorry, I would like to seek a motion to amend the agenda that is in front of you today. I ask for a motion to add Chanel Ayala to speak about the CEO program as the first speaker tonight. Can I get a motion, please? First by Representative Brower, second by Representative Blanco. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? All right, motion passes. The agenda is approved as amended.
For the agenda.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda. Miss Jennifer Giroux Miko, it's pronounced Giroux, right? Yeah, Miss Jennifer Giroux is unfortunately unavailable tonight. She had previously planned to attend, but she could not be here tonight. So I make a motion to remove her from the agenda, and instead, Dr. Miko Nino will be speaking on their behalf on graduate studies. Can I have a motion?
First by Lydia Luther, second by Carlos. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. All right, moving forward, if we would all refer to the minutes from the September 6th, 2023 orientation and parliament meetings. And once you all get a moment to review those, I would like to make a motion to approve of those minutes. The first few pages are from the slideshow that we reviewed during orientation, and I would strongly encourage anyone who's not in attendance at that time, when you do have some free time to look those over, because they discuss how we operate as a student government and parliament. To review that. Is there any discussion about the minutes from that orientation and parliament meeting? It's also going to be in all of your details. So if there's no discussion, I will seek a motion to approve of those minutes. Motion first by Representative Morona. Can I get a second to that motion? Second by Representative Bakari. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. Okay, next I would like to yield the floor to Chanel Ayala for speech about the CEO program.
Great. Is there a specific spot I should sit in, or is this okay? Great. All right. Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me pretty well? You know, I got this mask on, so do my best. My name is Lee Chanel. I am the Alumni Engagement and CEO, stands for Career Empowerment Opportunity Program Coordinator of Alumni Relations at Rhode Island College. Also a fellow RIC alum, so go Anchors. So I'm here to talk to all of you about mentoring, right? This is a mentoring program. I want to ask all of you right now, how many of you do not have a mentor in your life right now and would like to have one? Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. So there are a lot of students that I've come across, I would want to say during my undergrad years, who felt lost, who felt like they didn't have that reassurance that they were heading in the right direction, that didn't have clarity, and wanted transparency, right? They wanted someone to tell them, this is what you're about to step into, are you ready for this? And a lot of the times there are students who graduate from RIC who feel a little unprepared, who don't feel like, you know, maybe this was the major I got, but I didn't expect my outcome to be this. So with the Career Empowerment Opportunity Program, you would be set up with someone who is, number one, a RIC alum, someone who is in the field that you're pursuing, someone who has knowledge about the professional development in regards to like building on your skills that you have and want to, you know, do better in. Whether that is, you know, communication and problem solving. We have sessions that surround that. Self-care and managing stress. Networking. All of those things that you need to have skills in before you leave this college. Or I'd say even now, right? This is your opportunity to start to meet people, to start to ask those difficult questions, right? So what I would like to do at this moment is to play this ad, which kind of sums up the details about the program.
Rhode Island College has a vast network of more than 72,000 alumni from around the globe. Our diverse alumni prove that a Rhode Island College education can lead to a meaningful and successful career in a wide variety of industries and professions. The Career Empowerment Opportunity, or CEO program, pairs Rhode Island College students with RIC alumni mentors who are leaders in their field.
The CEO program has connected me to new people and resources. It has connected me to a mentor in my field of study.
I always went from campus to home, and the CEO program helped me stick around campus. And I got to meet awesome people like Maria and amongst others. And I would say it gave me the community that I didn't know I needed.
I'd say that I agree with that. And what I learned with my mentor is that me being a person of color and seeing someone who also is a person of color reaching success and was able to do it, and meeting with him and talking to him about that, and kind of creating an action plan of what steps to take next.
Through mentoring, topic-based sessions, and networking lunches, students gain access to a network of leaders while developing skills that are essential for personal, professional growth, and success.
Being a mentor really gives us an opportunity to work with a student to help them learn the role that they are being educated for and to help them be successful in their program and answer questions for them and help direct their way.
The CEO program as a whole offers much information, support, how to engage, how to just be a part of the program. And I would ask anyone, if you're thinking about it, talk to someone and really see how you can become a part of the CEO program. Giving back is very gratifying and rewarding.
Today, the CEO program has increased in number with student and alumni involvement thanks to the Pepito Opportunity Connection Foundation and their generous support. We hope to see today's student mentees become tomorrow's alumni mentors.
If you have the opportunity to do the program, you definitely should.
Okay. So I think that honestly spoke for itself, right? You got to hear the testaments of the students who were involved in the program and also RIC alumni who, honestly, they reach out to my department, they say, Leisha, I want to give back. And what does that look like? Giving back is pouring into the next generation of professionals. So if you're thinking about joining the CEO program, I encourage you to apply either today. We have a deadline December 1st. If you type in CEO program, RIC, the acronym in Google, you'll see Alumni Mentoring Program. There's a button for you as a mentee applicant to apply. We're currently accepting sophomores, juniors, seniors, super seniors. I actually just saw a super senior apply today, right? What is a super senior? Someone who kind of extends out of the 4-year plan, right, to graduate on time. But again, this is a good support system for students like yourself. At this time, before I get ready to close this presentation, I'd like to invite Danny, who is a mentor in our program, to kind of share a little bit about what his experience has been like as a mentor.
Thanks, Lucia. Hi, my name is Danny Smith. I'm class of 1991, and I'm currently a principal in Warwick, Rhode Island, loving it. And I used to be in student government when I was a student here. I used to work in Donovan with Arthur. So Arthur's been here a really long time.
That's before he was great.
Yeah. I used to have color in my hair. I loved my experience at Rhode Island College. I'm a first-gen kid. I didn't know why I was going to college. My parents told me I had to go to college. I struggled. It was a long haul. I took a little forced sabbatical for a couple of years because my GPA was pretty atrocious, and grew up and came back and just had a wonderful experience here. I didn't have a mentor when I was here. I was trying to figure stuff out. I had some informal relationships, like I'd find a professor who was awesome, who would kind of direct me in a certain way. My work here in the student union, working with Kristen Salemi, Mark Paolucci, some names that are still around, they really helped me informally. And when this program came up, I wanted to give back as well because I love this place. I thought it was fantastic. It is a great opportunity to connect. Actually, my mentee is Alex here, and I love working with her, and we get to talk about education and some of the challenges of balancing home, life, work, and all of those things that I didn't really have that chance to talk to somebody about. So if you are interested, it's a great opportunity to connect with other people, whether they're older folks who have different experiences or younger folks who you want to help out as they're starting to enter that field. So I highly recommend it to folks. Thanks.
Yes, sorry. You have my business card in front of you. If you have any questions, if you're thinking about, again, joining the CEO program, the next cohort starts in February, so I'm actively recruiting right now, and spots are filling up as we speak. And my goal is to, again, the deadline is December 1st, and the reason why I'm ending it then is because winter break happens, right? There is a matching process that happens once you are accepted into the program, which means that's something I don't take lightly, and there are a few people who I will not point them out, I won't put them on the spot, but they are involved in the program as mentees, and they can tell you that when I take my time matching you with someone, I take my time. I think about what you are looking for in a mentor, and at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you get the quality that you deserve. So, again, feel free to reach out anytime if you have any questions, but thank you so much for giving us the space to talk about the CEO program, and have a great evening.
Yes, so Miss Chanel, thank you. Well, that's your first name. Oh, so Miss Ayala, thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. I run our social media and marketing for student community government, so I can certainly post any flyers that you guys have.
Thank you.
And I also have another sort of unrelated question, but I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, sir. Could you? Danny Smith. Mr. Smith. So I'd like to invite you formally to our 50th anniversary for student community government. I'm not sure if you were aware that it was happening on January 19th. And if at some point I could have a card or a contact, and that way I'll be able, yes, I would appreciate that, and I can add you in case if you're interested in attending.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
If you ever want to learn about teaching, teaching is a wonderful profession. Working with kids is nothing much better than that.
Thank you so much. I'll reach out.
Dr. Anderson.
Yes, I just wanted to ask a question. I work with a group of alumni, and there's some marvelous people there, high achievers, things like that. Can I filter their names to you?
Oh, absolutely.
And tell other faculty to do that as well?
Absolutely. I'm actually popping up in classrooms at this point too.
For mentors?
Yeah, so mentors, I'm looking for mentors.
Yeah.
I recruit year round.
Okay.
So we have lots of mentors right now who have not been involved in the program yet. We have people who have returned to mentor. Danny Smith is one of our returnees. And I also want to say that we have virtual mentors as well. One of our mentees is actually being mentored by someone who is a retiree, but actually just learned that they got back into the teaching gig, because once you become a teacher, right, you don't stop teaching. But they reside in Florida. So we have virtual mentors as well as an option for you. Yeah.
I will just pull myself here a bit. I am a first-year student, and I was just curious, is there a specific reason other than just maturity levels, perhaps, that you only take sophomores and above?
So we do, actually, in the beginning of, when the program first started, we were only accepting juniors with the mindset that it's a one-year program, right? So you come in as a junior, you leave as a senior, you're basically graduating. But then, when we got the opportunity to be funded by Capito, which meant that we could expand, right? I said, well, if we want to see numbers increase, we got to kick some walls down and bring the sophomores and the seniors. I got ambitious and told the committee, hey, how about freshmen? They was like, oh, okay, let them get acclimated first. I said, okay, But right now, it's only sophomore, juniors, seniors, super seniors. In the future, my hope is that we'll be able to, expand that a little bit more as well.
As an additional question, you mentioned it's a one-year thing. I believe I missed that. Would you be able to elaborate a little more on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a one-year program. The next cohort is going to be from February 2024 to February 2025 with a few lingering sessions like the final celebration, which is something you'd want to be at, right? We're celebrating your completion of the program. But there are monthly sessions, so the requirement is you would attend a Friday, 12:30 to 2:30, 2-hour session. You would meet with a mentor for 1 hour, once a month minimum. You can meet with them more than that if you both agree to that. And then you would have to attend the mentee orientation to kind of get you prepared for the program to finish successfully. Then we have a few other things that you can look on our website and check it out. But that's the majority of the requirements.
Thank you so much. I probably will apply for next year, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, you got my business card.
It's not going to last as long as my phone, but.
I feel that, yeah. Are there any other questions? Yeah, you guys are rock stars. Great questions, thank you.
Great, next I would like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Nico Nino.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? It's a pleasure, thank you for having me today. We really want to discuss a really exciting opportunity for grad students. However, I believe that that involves everyone. Before I get to that, I want to send a reminder about our event tomorrow. We share digitally with you the Grad Studies Expo that is taking place tomorrow. From experience, I was recruited to think about grad school when I was a junior. And I was not thinking about grad school at all. And then schools, we have these programs, and I was recruited, and I learned about master's, PhD, higher ed, and the whole possibilities of career open before my eyes. So for me, these events are very important. Even if you're not thinking about it, it doesn't hurt for you to check it out and start things, what can be done with that. The theme for this event is advance your career. We're really making connections between what's happening in grad school and the jobs that you can get and the possibilities with your career. We don't want you to jump into something that is expensive, that is time consuming, that takes lots of time and resources without having a plan. So tomorrow's event is for you to have an opportunity to meet the faculty and the people involved in the program, to network with students who are already in those programs, to meet alumni. There's going to be food, beer, wine if you're 21. So make sure to check it out. Again, if that's not in your plan, still, come even for a little bit. You don't know what can happen once you see the window of opportunities with a graduate degree. Any questions about that event before? Yes?
Where is this event taking place?
It's right here across. Yeah, it's in the ballroom from 4:30 to 7:30.
What's the date?
Tomorrow. Yeah, we share with you digitally the event. So this is a reminder, but it's tomorrow.
And if you can't attend?
Well, we're going to be doing some other opportunities in the future. I'm just passing around my card, so if you want to know more about something like this, email me, because we really want to create more opportunities for you to get to know about RIC programs, graduate programs. Okay? Yeah, any other questions? Well, I hope to see some of you, lots of you tomorrow. So that's part of the conversation, but the other thing is that we really want to change the way grad students are supported at RIC, and one of the things is that grad students sometimes are in this limbo between being professionals but also being students. They usually they're not commuters here at the institution, and sometimes they have schedules that don't allow them to be fully involved. We really want to change that. So in order to make that happen, we ask this group to consider the creation of an entity, a committee, or something that supports grad students, and we are going to be offering funding for that. Grad students, they pay a fee to be part of the community, and we see that sometimes that's under-utilized. When we talk about using that money in ways that promote graduate education, we're thinking about money for conferences, we're thinking about money for you to join a professional organization to get mentoring, and maybe they decide to form graduate organizations on campus. The cost of that can be covered with the fee. So, any questions about that before I go to the next part of the conversation? No? So what are your thoughts about the need of having something like this for grad students? Now I'm asking you the question because I really want to leave this meeting with a sense of what are you thinking and the possibilities for collaboration that we can have. Yes, what do you think about doing something like this, or what feedback can you give me to take to the administration to set something like this to support graduate students? Yeah?
I feel like we are the right people, but at the same time we're not, because we're not graduate students, we're undergrad. Some of us, I'm sorry. But I feel like right now, some of us are undergrads, we're not thinking about that next step yet, but I feel like you guys should start, like with the Vet Tomorrow, start like having like conversations with like a graduate student in the program, you know, having like a conversation or an expo with someone in the graduate program as a student, like explaining how their struggles and their momentums and challenges and wins. Like that would be great, just to know what does it feel to be in a graduate program, because I expect it has its highs and it also has its lows. So just being open with that conversation. So.
Okay, perfect.
Representative Santos?
Yeah, I know this is something we discussed before, but yes, I think it's a good idea, not because I'm a graduate student, but yes, because I'm a graduate student. I feel like there's no much opportunity here on campus for graduate students. So that would be a door to many more things that we could do, not just for me, but for everyone else. And even when you become a graduate student, if you go here.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes?
I can't really say too much as a first-year student for this, but from what I have heard, it does seem like the graduate students are getting a bit of the short end of the stick in some ways. Not in every way, but definitely in some ways. I would agree that it's a very good idea to get something like this set up. I do also agree with Deputy Speaker Gonzalez, that it's, I don't know if I don't know if all of us are quite the right people to ask, but honestly, you got to start somewhere. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's very important.
Representative
Yeah.
Spencer.
Yeah, I would just say I think it's a great idea, because when you do things like that, it makes the college attractive. So now, what matters, it's like when the student graduates here, they're gonna go out and be like, oh, wow, I had a good experience while I was doing my graduate studies at CCRI. So I think just them being just a commuter, come here to school and then go home, not having a school experience, so they don't have no experience to tell. But then if you provide that, a networking event, the event that you guys are doing tomorrow, I think that's awesome, because then not only you give opportunity for us that are not graduate students exposure, but you're also giving them exposure to be a part of a student life that they don't get to have because of work and all others. So I think it's very important and it's amazing. And if there's a way to bring that up to higher ups, or even to make it more, not just one time thing, make it more. I think it gives visibility to school and to the programs that are offered here, and also visibility to others that are not here to see that, like, oh wow, they actually have a good student life and they actually care about the graduate students. So I think it's amazing.
Thank you for the feedback.
Thank you so much, Representative Spencer. I think President Jakes is next.
Thank you, Speaker Delmonico. I just wanted to quickly address that we'll be discussing it in new business, but we are actually going to be creating a committee for graduate students. So it's like, so particularly for you, Daisy, and Jamie, who's not here unfortunately tonight. Like if you know anybody that would be interested, reach out to them. We're also going to reach out.
Yeah, please.
That's like, because things I would like to appoint to this committee at the next Parliament meeting.
Thank you. Yeah. So, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, it sounds like a great program. You know, to expose people, as you say, you never know. You just walked in and you never know if you can find a new path somewhere else. I just came from the first gen event, and I think that was very eye-opening. How many people share the same experience of not knowing where resources are, or like you don't know who to ask because it's your first gen, you know. So I think this program kind of bring light to that, to those people that don't know those things exist, those resources exist. So maybe doing it more often will kind of, you know, be a right step so people can find out about this program. So I think it's a great step towards a good direction.
Well, I'm very excited for the feedback. It seems that this is something that you believe that is not only doable but also necessary. So I'm going to be in touch. If you lost the registration link for tomorrow, that could be a good first step. If you want to get involved with that, email me and I can send that to you. And the last part that I wanted to share with you is that some of the ideas for this committee and to help graduate students, it's been an advocate for graduate students. We believe that they don't have a home. So one of the first things that we want to address is building a social space for students to network, interact, and have home, a place to go between classes, before classes, after classes, and also making sure that the student services are available for hours that cater for that population as well. So those are the two main things, and of course the funding. Money makes the world go round, so we believe that they need the money to go to a conference, to join a professional organization, to get mentoring, and of course to get sometimes resources that even though they might have a job at that point, still expensive to get the books and equipment. So those are the main areas that we really want to address with this initiative. So I'll be in touch. I'm sure I will come back at some point to discuss how this is going to be developed. Any other questions before I head out and you continue? Yes?
I just really quickly wanted to present an opportunity that I think mostly Deputy Speaker Gonzalez has been working on, where we're planning on doing a series of short surveys weekly, mostly next semester, but I just wanted to provide you with that information in case there were any specific questions that you had for students' perspectives on graduate students and graduate students' perspectives on the campus and student life in general. So you have our contact information. If there was anything specific that you wanted answered, we're looking for questions to provide in surveys of that nature. We're looking to do it weekly. So
yeah, that'll be great. And if you get informal feedback, because I'm sure students come to you to share anecdotes and feedback, you can just shoot an email. We really want to hear from you and get to know your experience, and we're open to any comments and recommendations that you might have. So, thank you.
All right, if there's no more discussion, everybody, I would like to move forward to open forum. I'll ask 3 times, is anybody here for open forum? Is anybody here for open forum? Is anybody here for open forum? Okay, moving forward. At this point, I will yield the floor to President Matthew Jakes for his officer announcements.
All right, thank you, Speaker Delmonico, and thank you all for being here tonight. I would also like to thank our 2 newest Parliament members, Daisy and Anna, and to our SCG Parliament Meeting. We look forward to hearing everything you guys have to say and contribute to our community here on this campus. I'd also like to discuss, to bring up the president search. So I met with the post-secondary commissioner, Shannon Gilly, today, and he told me that we have about 40 candidates applied for president. If we're looking to do a town hall for the finalists in the week of January 22nd. So that's when we would like to do that. I am also going to mention that our SCG board had a meeting with parents from the Blockford Preschool, and I'll be providing a further update on that in the next Parliament meeting. And I would also like to address quickly that college committees that we have filled basically all the ones that I currently have. However,
speaking of Dr. Andrus, we will have some new ones coming soon. So if you guys aren't currently on the college committee, then don't worry, there'll be a spot for you once I. Also, just a quick reminder that next Wednesday, the November 15th, we will also be meeting for Parliament, because we originally weren't. However, due to the holiday party on December 6th, we had to move that Parliament meeting to next week. And originally the holiday party we were planning for December 7th. However, with Donovan's Wonderland dinner, we felt like that it would be best to not have conflicting events on the same day. I yield the floor to Speaker Donovan's.
Thank you, President Jakes. At this point, I will yield the floor to Vice President Frank Costello.
Thank you, Speaker Delmonico. I don't have a lot about these, so I'll be brief. But essentially, all these shirts and merch and things I've been talking about, it's underway. We have a tent has been ordered. It's white. It has our branding. It's wonderful, and we will have it soon. So I'm excited for that. Also, the shirts went, or I will say polos and jackets, they went through Finance Commission today, and they were approved. So we will be ordering them soon after I have everyone's sizes. And we'll be ordering, there's allowed in the budget for extras, so if any of you have friends that are going to join Parliament, there'll be some extras for at least this year. So I'm looking forward to that as well, so to see that everyone, we all look uniform. And as far as social media goes, we're starting to get into the rhythm of everything. I'm really excited. In the Public Relations Committee, we've been discussing a lot of different initiatives that we want to explore doing with our social media, and I'm really looking forward to see how that's going to look like in the upcoming future. And in public relations, and as well, we will be moving towards looking at the website, the SCG website in the future. And I believe that maybe next semester we'll see an update to the website, a big update to the website as well. As far as Elections Commission goes, a little bit old news, but since there hasn't been a Parliament meeting since the last election, I believe, we have all of the candidates for freshman, sophomore, and senior class, and they are out there doing their work for representing their respective classes, and I look forward to seeing what they can achieve as well. And that's all I have to add. Thank you. I would yield the floor back to Speaker Delmonico.
Thank you, Vice President Costello. I will now yield the floor to Secretary Gianna Rose for her officer announcements.
Thank you, Speaker Delmonico. I would like to preface my announcements by apologizing for my absence last meeting. I was sick, but it's great to be back with you all and seeing your beautiful faces, especially our two new members. So, all right, let's get into my announcements. So, we finalized a date for our SCG holiday party. Speaking of which, you all should be getting an e-invite in your Outlook emails within the next week. So definitely be out on the look for your RSVP. It will be held at Jackie's Galaxy on Mineral Spring Ave. It's 15 minutes away from campus. We are still going through like the food options and decor and my student organizations committee. So once we finalize that, updates will come. It's going to be a Winter Wonderland theme, so very fun. Excited for that. It'll be held on Wednesday, December 6th at 7 p.m. Now you don't have to show up exactly at 7, but gotta get hot food. It's gonna be delicious. Another note, if you would still like to join the Student Organizations Committee, we meet on Thursdays at 12 from 12 to 2. So if you have the time and you want to give great input on the holiday party and our upcoming store keys, just sign the committee application form, and I would love to have you. I yield the floor back to Speaker Delmonico.
Thank you, Secretary Rose. Oh, yes, Representative Jacobs.
Apologies. I just wanted to ask if there was like a set end time for the
you, Secretary Rose, for your officer announcements. Now I will yield the floor to Treasurer Bobby. Treasurer Bobby.
My name is Fatia Bobby. So my announcements is to talk about the finance committee meeting we had today at 12:30. We passed 6 weeks. We passed because of SCG Mixing and other organizations that came to ask one today. That was what I did today. And also I just want to announce that I have one non-parliament member seat at the World Finance Commission. I would like to have anyone. I would like to discuss finance and try and also help me with the funding policy that we are discussing. It's on the way. It's a lot longer than I expected it to be. So there's no way we can pass that this semester. So the funding policy is going to be done and passed next semester. So that's something the Finance Commission decided today. And also on Finance Commission. So like I said, any like advice or help on how to any advice or help or any like discussions you have about the funding policy, please send it to me, because when the funding policy is passed, I would like it to be passed and not add any information. Or if you have any information, we truly don't have any advice or any instruction, I'd like to open it to everyone so they can send their recommendations to the Finance Commission, because we have extended to pass the funding policy by next semester. Thank you. I give the floor back to Speaker.
Thank you, Treasurer Bobby. For my announcements today, they are very brief. First, I would just like an approval of a few leaves. So the first is from Representative Torres, James Torres. He had an urgent matter that he absolutely had to attend to, so if I could get a motion to approve his leave. First by Representative DeCavallo, second by Representative Lorenzo. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? Leave passed. The second is from Representative Lemon, Jamie Lemon. He also was unable to attend due to a scheduling conflict. He will be at our next meeting. Can I get a motion to approve that? Leave first by Representative Brower, second by Representative Verona. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. And I would also like to approve a late leave from Representative Logan. She was late, but now she's here. I know she has a class before this, so can I get a motion to approve that? First by Representative DeCavallo, second by Representative Lorenzo. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. Okay, moving forward from the leaves, I just wanted to give a quick update on the Committee of Convocations. I have the honor to be on that committee, which reviews or discusses decisions that will be recommended for graduation or commencement. It really mostly applies to seniors, but we are making some good progress making decisions, and there should be a location put out shortly. We have had a bylaws commission meeting last week, and it went very well. We discussed some important changes that will be coming to you, to Parliament in the coming weeks, and we also will be passing minutes later on in the meeting. So that's my update from Bylaws and Adjudications Commission. Pre-Law Society had a meeting today. If anybody is interested in political science or law, I strongly recommend you come to the Parliament meeting. We do some fun, exciting things. And that is about it for my announcements. At this point, I will yield the floor to Deputy Speaker Gonzalez for her officer announcements.
Hi everyone. My announcement meeting will be in regards to Condition and Service Committee meeting. So that day will be November 11, 2023 at 12:30 p.m. It's going to be where our office is at. If you did
officer announcements. Now I would like to yield the floor to Treasurer Obabi for her report on the Finance Commission meeting minutes.
If you look through the Finance Commission minutes of October 25th, 2003, and you will refer to the guide if you have any questions. 2023, I'm sorry. October 5th, 2023, you will look through the minutes and if you have any questions.
So this is kind of related more to the meeting earlier today. What's the final verdict on that Apricot Web Services thing that was approved that we had second thoughts about?
Because today was a lot of, it was jumbled a lot, so I haven't spoken to Matthew yet. So when I speak to Matthew, I'll send an email to the Finance Commission. Any discussions? Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from October 25th, 2023? First by Will again, second by Sharon. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Abstentions by-
Oh, sorry, my abstain.
Next, I would like to ask for us all to refer to the Bylaws Education Commission meeting minutes from September 27th, 2023. That should be just after the Finance Commission meeting minutes, right in the middle of the packet. And during the meeting, we approved some grammatical errors, but besides that, no large changes were made. Is there any discussion on the bylaws and education meeting minutes? If not, I would like to request a motion to approve those minutes. Can I get a first by Representative Carvalho, second by Representative Nerona. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. I will yield the floor to Vice President Costello for his Public Relations Committee meeting report.
If you will please refer to page 28, immediately following the Bylaws Commission meeting minutes. We have 3 sets of minutes, October 9th, October 16th, and October 23rd. So if you would please take a look through all of those and ask any questions if they are happening. Yes, David?
I don't know if I should say this for issues of Parliament, but it's like a half-half, so bless you.
Thank you.
So I'll do the other half issues, but this one, I think SCG should make a Threads account. It's as simple as porting over your Instagram because it's made by Meta, the same people who made Instagram. It's basically Meta's version of Twitter to oppose Twitter. So yeah, I think that if SCG wants to be on more platforms, that'd be one to definitely consider.
Would you like an answer or?
Oh, my apologies.
Oh.
Yeah, has that been in consideration? My apologies.
Yeah, so we had in our first meeting, we discussed the idea of expanding to other social media platforms. And the committee unanimously came to the conclusion that it's in our best interest right now to focus on strengthening what we have, but once we get to a point where it's really solid, then we'd love to look at other options too, potentially as early as next semester. Yes, Chair?
October 23rd, 2023. I know I was there, but the actual count as a member absent.
You are, which one did you say, October 9th?
October 23rd, 2023. I know I was there at different rules listening in, but that count as a member absent.
No. We will make corrections on that. Thank you for pointing it out. Any other questions? So I'd like to seek a motion to approve the minutes of October 9th, 16th, and 23 following the amendments that were outlined, which is just changing Sharon's name to ex officio.
First by Representative Merringer, second by Representative Nerona. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed.
Williams,
All right, motion passed.
sorry. Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, moving forward from officer announcements, now I will yield the floor to Vice President Costello and Treasurer Obabi for the old business of SCG's 50th anniversary celebration.
So we have some good news. The alumni relations, they officially sent out something to all alumni across for all week alumni. So hopefully we get some emails from our SCG alumni, and with a bit of good luck, we just found one person to this. So Dan. So that is where we're at. We are also beginning the stages of thinking about RSVP and ways to go about that. So if we get more emails, hopefully from the emails that Amber Rosa from the alumni relations has sent out to alumni, we will get some more fishes with that net. So that's where we're at. And also if you'd like to join the ad hoc committee that me, Frank, Vice President Frank Costello, and Secretary Diana Rose please come upstairs. We need as much help as we can. So we finally landed on a team for the 50th anniversary. It is a black tie team, and it's going to be gold, black, and white colors, and accents of maroon, blue, and I think I missed the color. Yeah, SCG colors. Accent of SCG colors, but the main colors are gold, silver, and black. So that is the team we're going with. So as always, if you know anyone that is a decorator, send them our way so we can vet them and hopefully get the decorator side of this plan going, because we already have the members. So if anyone knows a decorator or knows someone that decorates a lot, if we want an idea of where we want the event to happen, so either happen in Donovan Dining, so it's the last week, so we want someone experienced, if you know anyone like that, please reach out to us. Or it's either going to happen in Donovan Dining or it's either going to happen in Student Hall. So anyone that you know that has that capacity, please send them our way. And that's all I have.
I believe that you covered all the points. So like Fatia said, the location depends on how many alumni we have in attendance. So that's why we have both the ballroom and Donovan books. We have arrangements to be able to work with either or. And once an official registration goes out and we start getting a sense of the numbers, which will include like plus ones, by the way, because a lot of our alumni, we'd assume that it's most appropriate to allow them to bring a significant other with them. So we do have high hopes that we'll be able to do it in Donovan, and we're very gracious that Arthur is helping us coordinate those things. So hopefully it happens in there, because we want it to be a big event.
And one more thing, it's happening January 19th at 6 o'clock. So you are all mandated to be there. January 19th, 6 o'clock. I've been saying this for the past couple of months. Please.
We can't force anyone. But it's very strongly recommended.
So I give the field back to Speaker Donovan.
Thank you, Treasurer Bobby and Vice President Costello. At this point, we will move on to new business. I yield the floor to Secretary Gianna Rose to speak about the program evaluation.
All right, everybody. So I ask of you guys to reference the big old packet we have here and flip to the program evaluation form. We are amending it today because I and the Student Organizations Committee made changes. So if you guys are aware of the form, you will notice that best promotional advertising has been removed due to the fact that there hasn't been a need for that nomination in previous Storky's years. If there is a public opinion that we do want that category back, that can be a topic for next year's policy and a chance of re-amending it. However, this year there was no big need for that, so we removed that nomination. However, we still have 20 left, so decent amount. It's a fair shot to get a Storky's award. And I would like to reiterate, these forms, everyone, they're extremely, extremely important for I and the Student Organizations Committee for the Storky's Award. Now, I will say that if your student organization has had an event from last year, February, you are able to take out one of these forms, fill it out for your event. We are accepting these up until February 1st of next year. So you have time to fill them out, and I highly encourage you to do that, because wouldn't you want to be recognized for your great work in your organizations? I would think so. So I highly recommend that you guys get these ASAP. And yeah, so there is that. Do you want to go into the next? So on new business also, I have another little doodad. So this one is about the Student Organization Leadership Forum, also known as the Roundtable for Student Organizations. So I will be in collaboration with the Assistant Director, Amanda Alfano, over at the Student Activities for this event. And the Student Organization Roundtable is to promote collaboration amongst organizations, as well as reiterate SCG and student activities processes regarding events. For example, program evaluations getting filled out, and registering organizations' events through student activities. There will also be tips and tricks on how to have a successful student organization. Amanda and I are looking to have this roundtable by end of November, early December. We are making this mandatory, so we're going to ask that either 1 or 2 delegates from your organization do attend. Not only is it valuable information, and it helps you guys help us as SCG and student activities regarding your student organizations, because we want you guys to thrive. That's all we want. You know, we allocate the money to your guys' organizations for a reason, and that's because we want to see you guys thrive. So, again, please, please fill out your program evaluation forms, crucial. And yeah, definitely be on the lookout for a follow-up email regarding the roundtable, and I look forward to seeing some of you there. And I yield the floor back to Speaker Delmonica.
Thank you all. And before we move forward, I would just ask for a motion to approve the program activity evaluation form as amended by Secretary Rose. She explained the changes that were made. So we have a first by Representative Brower, second by Representative Nerona. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? Yes. Members of SOC. Excellent, motion passed. Okay, moving forward, I will now yield the floor to President Matthew Jakes to discuss the Graduate Student Advisory Committee as well as the cabinet policy.
Thank you, Speaker Delmonica. All right, so as far, again, this was something that we were talking about earlier, so we're looking to create a Graduate Student Advisory Committee. This year is going to be an ad hoc committee with the hope of, like, if the committee goes well this year, then we make it a permanent SCG committee next year. So what we're thinking for a committee setup would be 4 Parliament members, 3 non-Parliament members, 2 ex officios from college. We're thinking of potentially Jennifer Rowe and Dr. Miko. as those. So this committee would be to improve the experience of graduate students on campus. So I would like a motion to approve this committee as an ad hoc committee for this year.
Second by Representative Granats. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed.
Now, Alright, so as far as the cabinet policy goes, we only made a couple minor changes. Like, for example, there was like certain stuff with the chief of staff's particular duties where it was like outdated, or whereas like it was having like chief of staff duties that is no longer really required with SCG. And we changed the PR director to assistant to the vice president, the title, and we added to the comptroller's job duties that they are to be present at president and treasurer's meetings as district organizations at the request of the treasurer. Any questions?
Just wanted to make sure I heard. So the chief of staff position is completely gone?
No. We just took out.
Well, I was confused. I was thinking, I was like, wait, he's right here.
But no, we just took out different, like, there was like, for example, there was like a long list of like duties on there, and there was just like a couple things listed in there that's like that they used to do, and now it's like, it's not something we have in chief of staff.
Got it.
So you're making my life easier. It is. I'm supposed to make my life easier.
Trust me, you still have enough. Any other questions?
All right, can I request a motion to approve? First by Representative Lorenco, second by Representative De Carvalho. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. Okay. Now I would like us all, if we could refer to the parliamentary policy and procedures. So just to kind of preface this, the parliamentary policy and procedures originally was many different policies. We thought that it would be in the best interest of everyone involved to combine them into one parliamentary policy. So there was one for the pre-meeting, one for the agenda, one for open forum. So most of the changes that were made were formatting. We created an index, which you can see here, to organize all of it. That's on the first page. And then the only other major changes that we made were the first one, section 1.02, documents. We changed the date that's required. So as you can see, anything that will be presented to the Executive Council no later than 12 noon on the Friday before regularly scheduled Wednesday Parliament meeting. It used to be Thursday, and then we also made the change later on in section 2.01. So mostly formatting changes, two date changes, and aside from that, we are keeping Parliament the way that it is, more or less. So I could request a motion to approve the amended parliamentary policies. First by Representative Lorenco, second by Representative Nerona. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. Perfect. Now I will yield to the floor to Ms. Cindy Kozel for her administration update.
Great, thank you. I want to say a thank you to SCG and our clubs that had tables at our open house on Saturday. We saw 400 prospective students and their families, over 1,100 people were here on campus, and the energy and enthusiasm at the resource fair was wonderful. So I want to thank you all for that. I also want to say great job to the executive board. I don't know that everyone in this room knows all the hours that they are putting in. I think I see many of them daily, and I think there's a lot of hard work that they are putting in that I think goes sight unseen. So I just want to put some kudos out to you and how much we appreciate your leadership. And then want to mention a couple upcoming events. Tomorrow is the Veterans Day ceremony at 11 o'clock. And Friday is the kickoff to the women's basketball season. And as you know, we've made it to the Final Four last year. We are ranked number 7 in the country preseason, and we are playing Tufts, which is another good team. So if you're around on Friday night at 6 o'clock, it'll be a great game. And also a friendly reminder, because someone invited me to a meeting on Monday, the college is closed, there's no classes on Monday in celebration of Veterans Day. So I want to make sure people remember that. The other is next Thursday night is an exciting night in the dining hall, in that we have our Thanksgiving dinner for students, and all students, residents and commuter, are invited, so we hope to see you there. And then on a student perspective here, because that is the priority for all of you, registration for classes for spring semester starts on the 10th. So you need to look at, based on your credits and your year, when you register, but it's really important. You all have to meet with your advisor before you can register. So you all have an advising hold until you meet with the advisor. So please, please, please get that as a priority for all of you. And then I don't know, I saw some of your faces on Monday at the Cybersecurity Institute event, where we officially did the ribbon cutting, the launch of this new major initiative at Rhode Island College, but it's something that I think you will hear much more about as a student. And to have the woman who leads cybersecurity for the United States be at Rhode Island College was pretty impressive. So that was, she was wonderful. And then Hope Scholarship, I know I mention it every time I'm here. There's going to be some tabling across campus next week with opportunities to win Amazon gift cards if people come to the tables and ask questions. And then I also want to put in a plug, mid-semester's behind us all, and that grades, the mid-semester grades are out. We need to be worrying about finishing strong. So please keep in the reality that you are a student leader, with the student being emphasized here. So thank you all for all that you are doing each and every day.
Thank you so much, Representative Rosewell. Next to Dr. Valerie Andrews for comment.
Thank you. I just want to reiterate what Vice President Kozel said about registration, because we're on somewhat of a tight budget, and what that means is that sometimes under-enrolled classes are closed, and so that happens a lot of times when students haven't actually registered on time, and then everybody gets upset. Professors get upset, students get upset, because those classes are no longer available, and the professor will pick up a course in general education or something like that. So I want you to think about your schedules and to tell all your friends that too, and particularly for graduating seniors, this ends up being critically important that you register on time. But first-year students as well, to be able to get in the course, because also those general education courses tend to fill. And so you want to register on time, so meet with your advisor. If you haven't, and it's the November 11th and you were supposed to register, still contact your advisor. They will be happy to hear from you to be able to do it. But what we're trying to do is to prevent students from trying to register in January when there are no courses available. So do yourself a favor and your friends a favor to do that. A couple of other announcements. One is that council is formed a committee to look at the committee structure at RIC. All faculty committees, of which there are 150 of them. And these committees have not been looked at for 50 years. And we have a committee formed with some terrific faculty. And one of the things that we're looking at is best practices from other schools. And one of the things that we have seen is that with best practices, for example, and particularly with council committees, they have tried to align with the student committees so that there's some real synergy going on there between the student committees and the council committees. So in step 2 of doing this, we're going to be contacting the executive board to talk to you about some of these models that we're seeing out there. I think this is a pretty exciting project, and I think it updates Rick, and it may update your your committees as well when you think about are they serving the students, are these the committees that we should be having? And so I think this update is a good thing. I also wanted to mention, and this is particularly relevant for you folks, is the American Democracy Project is sponsoring Congress to Campus. And what that is that we partner with the American Association of Former Members of Congress. And they send one Republican and one Democrat, so we have a bipartisan pair that come, former members of Congress. And the person who's going to be here, I don't know who the Republican is yet, we're still negotiating, but the Democrat will be Val Demings, and she's quite famous. She was Joe Biden's second pick for VP, it's been rumored. She was a social worker and then became chief of police of the Orlando police force, and she represented Florida's 10th district. She's an amazing person, and she's going to be here. And one of the things that she has asked, as well as the association, is that she would like to have a meeting with Parliament and to talk to you folks about leadership. And so I'll be giving you those dates, and we'll see if we can negotiate something, have a lunch, and where you folks can meet her. And I think she'll be excited to meet this group when they're doing that. Okay, I think that's it. I want to thank Matt in particular, and Frank and the whole executive board here for filling those committees. This is the first time, I think, in history that has happened. And we have some more committees that are asking for students. And that will happen, but I can't tell you how much faculty appreciate that. And that we're getting committees, and we have people even on the curriculum committee, which we haven't in probably the last 10 years, and so that's a big deal. And so I want to thank you folks so much for volunteering and getting your friends to serve on council committees. Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Enders. Andy? Oh, yes, Representative.
Thank you. When Dr. Enders and I both talked about registration, I forgot one piece, and that was, do you all know what early spring classes are? So just wanted to make sure when you register, you know that there is a period, December 26th to January 12th, where you can take classes. It's before the spring semester starts, but it's considered part of the spring, so you can get credits done beforehand over break. So you can pick a class up or two during that time, and you register at the same time. And if you go online, there's a separate course booklet of the courses offered. So I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that, and that it is an opportunity to catch up, get ahead, make your load lighter, easier, but I just want to make sure everyone, especially first year students, knew about that.
Vice President Casella?
So, thank you. I have a question regarding that, Cindy. When you say pre-spring, is that basically functioning as a winter term, or is it separate?
Rhode Island College has it all as one. Many schools call it a winter term, but we actually call it early spring, so that your financial aid packet covers courses up to 18 credits. If you have a separate term, it's covered differently by aid. Keeping it pre-spring, you could take one course there, your 5 course, whatever it is, and it's covered by aid. So you may have heard of it as a J term, an intersession. We call it early spring because of that.
Okay, thank you, because that's, oh, sorry.
Excellent. Thank you. And thank you, Vice President Costello, for your question. Okay. I will now yield the floor to Representative Patrick.
Thank you. You've spoken a little bit about early registration. I came here, I graduated in 3.5 years. It can be done. We have the opportunity. You have the opportunity for the Hope Scholarship. What was key for me was meeting with my advisor and making sure I got in the door as early as I could to register. Now, that was back with the dinosaurs, and we get index cards. We don't have to do that. It really gets frustrating for myself and other PSA members when we ask people if they've registered, and they say, well, I have a hold, or I have to see my advisor. Now is the time to do that. So I really encourage you to do that. It will make your life easier. In terms of what that early semester, the spring semester is called, folks, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity to get caught up, an opportunity also maybe not to have as hectic a spring semester. And it's amazing the way they've structured the financial aid so that it doesn't impede you. A couple of other things. I have to agree with Cindy. The enthusiasm, the energy, it's contagious. It's also exhaustive for some of us, but it's good exhaustion. This is what we need to do, and I applaud you guys as well for taking the lead in that. On the Thursday night dinner, the Thursday Thanksgiving dinner is meant to be a community dinner. Please, please, please attend, okay? November 11th is Veterans Day. The college will be closed on Monday, I should say, and we will be operating weekend hours. And the same way, we will be open the day after Thanksgiving, but it will be weekend hours in Donovan. Frank, afterwards, if I can get you two guys briefly, because I do have some things on the decorations for over there. Can I ask my colleagues to join me in giving them a round of applause? Yes. Because you guys have done a good job.
Thank you so much, Arthur. That was the world's best in all. We love Parliament, we love student community government. I personally have heard so many things, like speaking to administration, staff, even my own teachers around the school, that they're noticing students being more involved in SCG and how well you all reflect student community government and the students of Rhode Island College. You give your Wednesday nights, you give your time at committees, and it doesn't go without being noticed, and hopefully we will all be able to get together for some leisurely activities soon as a group. I know that we had fun at the Parliament dinner. Hopefully something like that with all of us soon again too. Was that it for you, Arthur? Thank you so much. Now I will yield to Dean of Students, Mr. Tenzino.
Thank you. My apologies for arriving late, but I am here, which I'm grateful for. It's good to see you all. Not a major update. All the updates were great. I think the only piece I would plug is that if you all have any special initiatives or any programs or things you want to help get out there to the student body, that I'm happy to help support that through the Dean of Students email or other ways that I can. So there might be an initiative I don't even necessarily know that you're engaged in. So for example, we put something out there reminding students about the bus and access to the bus. What are those things that I may not even know about yet that I'd love to be able to do and promote for you all, or just for the students? So please send them my way. I'll do as best as I can to get them out there. Many of you do reach out to me, and I do get them out as efficiently as I try. Anyway, right? We get some out there for you. So thank you, and again, a pleasure to be here tonight.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zito. And I also just wanted to thank you for your engagement in student community government. It is so refreshing, and we really do appreciate it, as well as all of our staff, faculty, and administrative representatives. At this point, I will yield the floor to President Jakes for appointments, resignations, and vacancies.
Thank you, Speaker Delmont. Anyway, let's get all right. All right, I interim appointed Anna Spencer and Daisy Santos to the Finance Commission. I am making their appointments official. I am making Daisy Santos and Carissa Rejoice's interim appointment official for the Public Relations Committee. Student Organization Committee official. Sorry if I mispronounced that names. What? Oh, yes, I am.
I would like to ask for a motion to approve the appointments, resignations, and vacancies presented by Mr. Jacobson. First by Representative Lorenzo, second by Representative De Carvalho. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. Okay. Now for issues of Parliament members. Is there anything that any of you want to bring?
There was one thing that I wanted to mention that I actually just recently spoke with Lee Chanel about. I know that the college used to have yearbooks for each class, and I guess it was discontinued in either 2006 or 2008. And I was talking to Lee Chanel, and I really would like the idea of bringing them back, and she thought that was a good idea too.
Yes, so it is a great idea, and that's why the yearbook discussion has come up pretty frequently, so I'll leave the floor to Treasurer Wabi.
We did have a yearbook organization at one point, Eric, that was sponsored by SCG, but it wasn't equitable because, for example, we would pay $20 to get the yearbook, but the yearbook is still for $30 to students. So it wasn't function. It wasn't. It's not. What's the word? I'm trying to find
Can I elaborate, if you don't mind? So essentially, and to it, I want to expand on what Fatia said. What she said is correct. We used to have in your book a whole organization actually that was dedicated to the yearbook. This is actually, it's similar to shirts. So when you order something custom, the more you get, the cheaper the cost, as I'm sure that you might be familiar with. So what we were seeing is that the demand for the yearbook was very, very small. And the cost for them was very, very high because it was a small demand. So when people would order a yearbook, we wanted their cost to be low because we don't want to charge people like hundreds of dollars for a yearbook because nobody would buy it. So what ended up happening was that SCG would cover the majority of the cost for very few yearbooks and pour a lot of money into something that was seeing very little demand. So yeah.
Alternatives that have been considered that, or we're potentially considering again would be, doing something online, social media. It's more easily accessible and sometimes free. That would be dependent on the classes individually, and so that I would probably segregate to class officers and encouraging participation in those elections. Because I know, for example, for senior class, I'm a senior class president, and we aren't necessarily considering yearbooks, but I know that working with convocations, the Committee on Convocations, we're discussing, an opportunity for everybody to get a picture taken at commencement. So that's something to consider.
I like that. I like that idea.
And it's much more cost effective. I think Representative Card is next.
Yeah, I got a couple. So first one was it was more so a question. You kind of mentioned it earlier when you were talking about the decision for the next president of RIC. Is the ETA still January 2024? We'll know who it is.
The ETA for that will either be. But yeah, so the ETA for that is we're expecting it'll be either late January or early February.
Okay, and then this person starts in summer. Is that still part of the okay? The other one that I had was actually kind of similar to the SCG should make a Threads account. This is, I guess, when geared to the college. I think Rick should make a Threads account. It's basically the Instagram alternate to Twitter. I know you, Orion, CC have theirs already, and you, Orion, actively post on there, so kind of might want to get on that. It's also just because a lot of the people who are upset with the way Twitter's being run are moving there, and I'm even noticing some movement in terms of what I would call the Rhode Island Twitter community moving to the Threads. So it's just something that I noticed. Kind of wanted to bring up during this. Another question I had was related to that constituencies idea that was floated a couple meetings ago. Is there any update on that?
Yeah, we're gonna be bringing that up for a vote, probably at the next meeting or the meeting after that.
The November 15th one, or?
Yeah, it'll be either that one or the meeting the 29th, one of those two meetings, it's gonna come up.
Got it. And then, I had a question about that bistro renovation, because I mean, I know we talked about it, Frank, earlier this week. Is there any update on it? It seems like, I mean, unless I'm just missing it, like I haven't seen any progress.
I have not received an update on the renovations. I would encourage you to reach out to, what's TJ's full name? TJ Clifford, that works in student activities, right? Or student union?
Student union, it's the student life office on the second floor of student union.
If you would like contact information, we can find it and provide it. He's the person that has, so as you know, the renovation is largely a college project, so I don't know if our faculty or staff have an update for it, but TJ is probably with, but if you want to add.
The only thing that I know that was missing was the TVs, and I was told today they've arrived at the college and their TJ is waiting on timeline for when they will get put in. Because all the big screen TVs I know have been waiting, they were back ordered. Told they were arrived at the college, now they just need to be put in. So TJ should be getting an ETA.
Got it. And then my last one, this isn't really a question, but kind of like an update on what's going on in the world. Yesterday was election night 2023. There was some local elections. Our first congressional district now has a congressperson that's going to be sworn in soon. Gabe Amo, former White House aide to Presidents Biden and Obama, worked for Raimondo. Yeah, so he won that decisively, and then State Senate District 1. So he won it decisively, and the reason why I'm talking about elections, somebody's probably like, what does this have to do with SCG, is we're all of voting age, and now that this is out of the way and in our rearview mirror, 2024 is the next big election, and obviously Rhode Island's going to have a primary in that presidential election in just 5 months. So if you are not registered to vote, do so.
Anything else for issues of Parliament members? For those of you who are new, issues of Parliament. Oh, I'm so sorry, Vice President Cassandra. I'm so sorry.
So earlier when I mentioned that we had our budget allocation request, what's it called? Yeah, a financial allocation request was passed for the polos for SCG and the jackets. So basically the reason I bring this up is that I was thinking if there's a lot of demand from you guys to also get a jacket. Because as you know, to recap, you shall all be receiving a polo, but not necessarily a jacket. So does everyone what I'm proposing is, due to us having a little bit of wiggle room in the budget, it's open for a vote, but what I propose is a motion that all those that are interested in purchasing a jacket can pay half, and SCG would pay the other half. And I can't, what? Yeah, no, you had to let me finish. Our financial person was like, whoa, what are you doing?
Good for her.
So it would be half, and I'm gonna give you an estimate. It's probably, we're looking at around 30 to 45, and it's a big range, and the reason is because it's really hard to give it because the more we order, the lower the cost. So that's why I want to give you a large range, but it's anywhere in that ballpark. So if you guys are interested, I'd like to seek a motion to open that up for a partial payment for non-executive options.
Wait, so this is if we want the jackets?
Yeah, so if you think that maybe you would like to purchase a jacket at half price, and then SCG would cover the remainder of the cost, if you want one of our jackets to wear as well, I just wanted to open it up to you guys for your perspective, because otherwise we just will only get it for our executive council and our staff. But I heard from previous meetings there might be some interest from you guys to also have a jacket. So so it seems like there's 2 people that are interested.
I mean, if I may offer a suggestion of that.
Sure.
So, to my understanding, that junior class this academic year, why not just use that to cover the whole cost of jackets?
So that money isn't allocated. That money, it's the general fund. So it's the money. There's no money for junior class. That's what I'm trying to say. There is no money for junior class. It's never allocated at the beginning of the year. It's just when the junior class gets come and ask for. That makes sense.
Well, I mean, now that they can,
No, so I think what Fatih's trying to say is that we have a certain amount that we have set aside in the event that there is a junior class. They can come up and they can request up to that amount, but no further. So if you were in the junior class, you could come to Finance Commission and say, hey, we know junior class has X amount of funding. Can we get all of that? And then it would be approved or rejected depending on your plans.
I think what you're saying is like if we can use that money for SCG, I don't think it would be reasonable to do that because that's not the way SCG works. Oh, sorry. I don't think it would be good to do that because that's not the way SCG works. It would be a bad way to undo SAF money to just use that money for concrete.
totally understood, was just curious about the possibilities since I thought that it was just SCG's funding that was allocated to begin with.
No, that's an excellent question, and maybe I can provide further clarification. The reason why I'm suggesting this alternative so that you guys can get the jackets is because we already have a little bit of wiggle room that from the allocation because I anticipated fluctuations in amounts of shirts that would be ordered and the costs associated with them depending on the amount that was ordered. So we have a little bit of wiggle room. We have like a maximum approved amount of money that can be spent. And as long as we don't go over that, we could certainly cover some of the costs for you guys to get jackets as well. So.
And one of the reasons why we're asking to pay half for jackets because it seems like polos is very cheap, but jackets is really expensive. And if we want to expose ourselves to buying everyone a jacket to advertise, I think we need to be able to recuperate a little bit more back. Not a lot, but something else to come back to balance checks.
Does that make sense? I hope it does. I can provide further clarification.
No, it makes sense. I was just asking out of curiosity, because I thought it was all the same pot.
No, sorry.
That was a misunderstanding on my part.
Okay,
I think President Jakes had, thank you, Representative Bakari and Vice President Casella. I think President Jakes had a response as well.
Thank you, Speaker Tanaka. I was actually, I'm gonna say it's I don't think everyone here, who is interested in having a jacket? Show of hands.
I have a question before you don't mind.
Sure.
Do we have a model for us to see it?
So you're putting a lot of trust and break over here.
Because I would love to see the model before, and
Yes.
I think.
That is a good question.
Great question.
While Frank's pulling up a model, I just really quickly wanted to first thank Representative Bakari as well as Representative Spencer for two things specifically that I wanted to point out while we have a couple of new faces. And the first is that SCG in Parliament, we have two primary responsibilities. And the first is to be the voice of the student body. The second is to allocate the funds. Everything else aside from those things are kind of extra. So to ask questions about the finances, because I've been working in student community government for a while now, I don't understand everything about the finances. It's dense and we do real work with it. So I think asking questions is, we encourage it to the maximum capacity. So if there's anything that's unclear to anybody about these finances, please feel free at any point to ask.
I just figured I'd ask because I was going to ask later anyways. Is there funding, is there a certain amount of funding that could be, that's quote unquote set aside for every class, or is it just juniors and seniors?
So there is a set amount set aside. I know that it increases as you work through it. I know the senior class has a certain amount set aside to plan senior week as a tradition of the school.
Yeah, thank you.
But we have a certain amount set aside for almost everything.
Thank you, appreciate it.
President Jakes.
Yep, so to answer your question about how much each class can get up to, currently it's freshmen 5,000, sophomores 10,000, juniors 15,000, seniors 20,000. In the finance budget, the finance policy, that is kind of, those numbers might go up. That we're going to be presenting to Parliament in the next couple of meetings, but that is for the current ones.
Would that, is that like, may I ask, am I allowed to ask on live television how much of our total budget that is, just out of curiosity? As a kind of a percentage-ish.
So that isn't part of the SCG's budget. That is the money that each class can ask for.
Okay, so it's separate. Okay, that's what
It's like a savings account.
Okay, thank you.
I wanted to clarify as well, because this might not be extremely clear to everybody. It wasn't clear to me starting off as well, is that at Rhode Island College, the class officer positions almost act, at least in our organization, as a club.
Okay.
So they receive funding in the same manner that a club does.
Thank you. I think
Representative Spencer?
So, I'm not sure about this, but is the fund like every year? Or how that?
Our budget?
Yeah, for the class.
Oh yeah, it's every year.
Every year. So what happened with the fundings that are not used?
It goes back into general fund. It goes back into our account.
Oh, okay.
It goes back to the corporation's account, it's not SCG. So there's SCG and there's a corporation.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Representative Bakari?
Yeah, I just want to say for the record, thank you for clarifying that, because I was not, even being here for 2 years, I was not aware that those were two different things. My understanding was always that it was just like one pot of funding that could be requested of, so thank you for the clarification. Just wanted to clarify for the record, that's why I was asking that question earlier, not suggesting that be done, just asking out of curiosity, because that was how I thought the funding worked. So just want to clarify that for the record.
Alright, Vice President Costello has the model.
I have the model here. So it's a little bit hard to see because my computer, but it's a soft shell. It's a soft, oh, I got it. Alright. It's a soft shell jacket. I don't know if you guys can see this figure here. This says it's currently without, well actually this is a men's, I should say first. There's a woman's size too. So, right? So as it stands now, each of them is $63.66. So if we were to expand on them, that price would go slightly lower, and then you guys would pay half of whatever that ends up being, if that makes sense. And also it would, this is actually not the exact quote, we're going with another company, but it's the same exact product and the price is similar. The reason I pulled this one up is because it gives you an estimated cost per each and the photos nicer. So does anyone have any questions?
Is that going to be the color or?
Yes.
Okay. Thank
So, yes, we, we spent a lot of time in public relations committees talking about our branding and different things like that. So we chose like that gray color because if you do some research on like psychology and color theory and stuff, gray is a color that invokes neutrality and professionalism. Sorry. And on top of that, see, that's representing. So it's like gray is a color that people see it and they feel kind of like it's safe. You can't go wrong with it. So, and on that same note, when it comes to our colors, red, white, and blue is not the. Blue is not a good color.
Oh, no, sorry.
Red. I'm sorry, if you allow me to elaborate. It's just like any other option seems like it would be out of place. Sorry. I get really passionate on this topic. Sorry, you look low. I don't even know if you guys want a jacket or not.
Hey guys, just a quick show of hands. Who here is interested in having that jacket?
I want to take it personally.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is not a commitment either.
Fully, I mean, I'm not a student, but I would buy one.
All right.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so it seems like you, yeah, so, you didn't commit by raising your hand. I just wanted to guess.
Yeah.
So we will be providing that option to you. Apologies for anything.
Thank you so much, Vice President Costello and Representative Spencer. Are there any other issues of Parliament tonight? Okay. Yeah, good spot to end on. Oh, President
Come
James.
on. All right. I'm going to make this quick. I'm just going to say, like, if you guys have any other ideas of how we can improve SCG, like you can always, like, feel free to please come up to the office, talk to me about it, or even if you just want to come hang out in the office, come up. We love to have you all.
Representative Patrick.
Thank you for making that offer. On Thursday, we will be having our Thanksgiving community dinner. It would be great if you took some time and some other folks took some time and just went around and spoke to the students. They're going to be in a good mood, and they might be more, willing to share, in addition to our ideas. So I can count you in on that, President Jakes? I marked you down. I'll see you Thursday.
Sign up, we got a whole big group.
Representative Dickerall.
First off, I don't actually remember the second off, actually, so just only one question for you. Pardon me, I'm so sorry, I cannot see that far at the end.
My name's Archie.
Patrick, I'm so sorry, I could not see the name tag. I'm so sorry. What, do you mean the community dinner is this Thursday, or is it the Thursday before Thanksgiving?
Thursday before Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, the days are starting to blend in on me. It's
No worries,
actually
that's, I do
November
that.
16th.
So next Thursday.
Yeah, next Thursday.
Alright, Treasurer Bobby.
Final announcement, hopefully. Please, please come upstairs and join me at the 15th anniversary activity. I've been saying this for the past couple of meetings, but no one has come upstairs here. I don't think you guys think I'm serious or something. Please come upstairs and join the committee. We actually need to.
Seriously, it would make Fatia's day.
And we are a community at student community government, so you know where our offices come. Spend time whenever Joan puts out candy for us. There's pens, and there's candy, and there's chairs, and a table. Yeah, and a coffee machine too. So yes, if there's no other issues.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. This is over here for.
I had a quick question about ad hoc committees that I didn't want to ask earlier, but I figured now's a good time as any. Does it, I know Parliament members are technically only supposed to be on 2 committees maximum, and a college committee. I thought that was the case. 2 minimum. Okay, that's different than I thought. Okay, so I was.
It's one, isn't it?
I thought it was one.
All right. So what it is, it's one minimum college committee and one minimum SCG committee. However, and you get paid $30 per Parliament. If you're on 2 SCG committees and a college committee, you get paid $40 per Parliament. That's a bonus because you're on a separate SCG committee. But you can be on more SCG committees if you choose to.
All right.
Don't overload yourself.
I don't plan on it. I was just wondering what the ad hoc committees.
I was going to say, I'm on 4 committees right now, and as I've been told, I am going to be resigning from a few of them because right now I have been overwhelmed with way too much. We're like trying to make meetings, trying to do all that stuff.
I'm sorry for your loss of sanity.
I just recommend you join, it's to get the extra money if you want, it's just join the 2 and then call it.
Thank you so much, Representative DiCarvalho, as well as Representative Brower.
I promise I'm done.
If there are no other issues of Parliament, please don't hold back if you have an issue. But if there are no others, I would request a motion to adjourn. And please do not leave because we have to do roll call. But the first motion for adjournment is by Sharon Brower and is seconded by Representative Lorenzo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Please don't leave. We have zero call. Motion passed. Thank you all. Yield the floor to Laura. Thank you.
All right, Matthew Jones.
Present.
Frank Stella.
Present.
Jenna Rose.
Present.
Fatia Bobby. Present. Jenna Delmonico.
Present.
Jennifer Gonzalez. Aaron Bakari,
Present.
Sharon Brower,
Present.
Ashley Cruz, Nicola De Carvalho,
Present.
Anna Newart Spencer, David Lemon, Alex Logan,
Present.
Carlos Lorenco,
Present.
Lydia Luther,